After gaining control of Luanda in 1975, the MPLA established itself as the official government. Cuban troops arrived in Angola to support the MPLA, leading to open conflict with UNITA and South African forces. South Africa directly invaded Angola to try to prevent a communist government from taking hold. The FNLA was defeated by the MPLA and faded from relevance. South Africa launched repeated invasions and military operations into Angola to weaken the MPLA and disrupt Cuban supply lines. The conflict escalated into a regional war involving neighboring countries like Namibia and Zaire. The Battle of Quito Cuanavale, 1987 to 1988, became a decisive moment. Cuban and MPLA forces defeated South African-backed UNITA troops, forcing South Africa to withdraw. The withdrawal of Cuban and South African forces, coupled with the end of the Cold War, created an opportunity for peace. In 1991, the MPLA and UNITA signed the BCES Accords, agreeing to multi-party elections and the demobilization of military forces. Elections were held in 1992, but when MPLA leader José Eduardo dos Santos was declared the winner, Savimbi of UNITA rejected the results and resumed the war. The conflict became more brutal after 1992, with UNITA controlling large parts of the countryside. The MPLA was supported by oil revenue, while UNITA funded its operations through the sale of blood diamonds. In 2002, Jonas Savimbi was killed in a government ambush. With Savimbi's death, UNITA was forced to negotiate peace. The Luena Agreement was signed in April 2002, officially ending the war. Over 500,000 people were killed during the conflict. More than 4 million people were displaced, and infrastructure across the country was destroyed. Landmines left behind by both sides caused civilian casualties for decades. Angola's economy, once heavily reliant on agriculture, was destroyed. The government shifted toward an oil-based economy, creating deep social inequality. Access to healthcare, education, and housing was severely limited. After the war, the MPLA established a dominant one-party system under José Eduardo dos Santos, who ruled until 2017. UNITA became a political party, but struggled to gain influence. Angola remained one of the most heavily mined countries in the world, with millions of landmines still buried. Thousands of former child soldiers struggled with trauma and reintegration into